New Alex Garland just dropped. Hopefully it makes more money in the box office because artsy fartsy stuff like this needs to make more than 1 or 2 mil. Alex Garland has made 2 features now, Ex Machina and Annihilation, which I don't really love either of these films, but I love the ambition and he's a fantastic writer in the sci-fi genre. I really do believe he's on the cusp of a masterpiece. It's a matter of when, not if for him. Now, is Men his masterpiece? To me, this falls a little short. Men is about Jesse Buckley's character going away on a trip after a recent tragedy has occurred. Men is his most ambitious art piece he has to share with us so far. Saying this, I'd say it's his least subtle of all of his films. Let's get through everything besides the themes. The color palette of the film is gorgeous. The reds and the greens also help push some of the ideas forward. The cinematography, especially towards the start of the film, is gorgeous. Another aspect I love would be the sound design, especially towards the start. If you've seen the trailer, Jesse Buckley's character yells in a big tunnel, and it echoes. Previously, she's in a very quiet and calm environment and she looks happy and in control. Then what happens next is the sound design goes all over the place and adds to the eerie and creepy vibe this film's going for. Obviously, the 2 central characters kill it. Jessie has proven herself to be at least a powerful lead and be able to carry necessary nuances that an abstract art piece requires. I think the CGI face of the man on the kid looks off in the best way imaginable. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this film though. What the hell is it about? I do want to spoil this movie as it's a movie where the enjoyment comes out of the movie's themes from the actions of our characters. So you've been warned. If I could review this movie in one sentence, I'd say it's conflicted between pushing forward some fascinating ideas in a complex manner and pushing very simple ideas with absolutely no effort. So Men can be interpreted many ways, and I think I fully grasped 2 major complete ideas. First being the naked man and his relationship to our protagonist. Maybe this is due to my recent Lars von Trier marathon, but I see this man as nature, human nature. The naked man towards the end of the film gives birth to a man who gives birth to a man who gives birth to a man, and so on. And what I got from this was how nature perpetuates the problem of misogyny in our culture. Each man that is pooped out bringing out their own unique problems that they put onto women. There is also this green man statue in the church that keeps getting shown, which is supposed to resemble rebirth. Our naked boy is covered in the greens I was talking about earlier from nature, and he's birthing out humans. So there that is, rebirth. Now this is where to me there is a disconnect. We have a bunch of men throughout played by the same actor. The town includes a rental owner, a police officer, a vicar, some patrons, a kid, and a bartender. Each of these resemble a toxic male trait. The rental owner is the nice guy, but he does try to control her and doesn't take no for an answer when it comes to helping out her, especially when she doesn't want it. The police officer does not value her opinion at all when the naked man is allowed to be free. The vicar is a little handsy and also says something along the lines of, well, men can hit you, it just kind of happens. You at least have to give them a chance to apologize. Yeah, that's slightly toxic behavior. The kid, even though, could be argued as innocent. Just calls her a bitch for not playing the game with her. I like the kid being this annoying, since it shows us that it starts young and you can understand why this issue is perpetuated. So what's the disconnect? Well, the ways all these traits are demonstrated are just too on the nose for me. It feels like the other themes of this film were written much more rich than the themes I'm talking about now, especially when it comes to the husband. There's a scene where this dude is like, if you divorce me, I will kill myself and you won't be able to live with yourself. And meanwhile, I'm just like, well, you could have written this line of dialogue to be just a little better, couldn't you? Say something like, you can't possibly understand what this will do to me. You can even add something into the sentence to make the other ideas gel and be grouped together. At the end, the dead husband is rebirthed with his injuries and Jesse says, what do you want from me? And this guy goes, your love. I absolutely died of laughter. This is the climax. This is what you want hammered down as the point that sticks in your audience's head. I do like how we have a post-credit scene where the friend arrives and we see blood and she's just content with what is all conspired. She beat the final boss and it's cleared up that there's no hallucination going on. I'm sure I'm missing a ton here, but what did stick to me just didn't land half the time. I love the ending besides the elements with the husband, but other than that, I feel like movies like Under the Skin tackled this way better, and I was instantly reminded of Under the Skin when she was standing in the tunnel and she is completely surrounded by blackness. Keep watching Alex Garland films, even though I'd give this like a high 6. He's a writer and director that should be given all the money in the world for his crazy ideas. Thanks for staying. If you like this, go check out some of my prior videos and sub. I got a Lars von Trier ranking coming out in a few weeks that's taken me forever. See ya.